Samanan, guys. Change is the only constant. Like, we can't fight it. It will happen. Guys, change will happen. I see so many people complaining about AI is going to take our job, or people complaining about VAT is now going to increase and this and that. Guys, it's all change, bro. Like, it's all change. And you're going to get stuck. And you won't know what the fuck to do. And then, guys, change is the only constant. Like, it doesn't matter. What's this quote? Charles Darwin says, it is not the strongest animal that survives. It's not the fastest animal that survives. It's not even the smartest animal that survives. It is the animal that best adapts to change. You see it. Sometimes gashisa, animals that can't handle the heat, they die. Sometimes gabanda, animals that can't handle the cold, they die. It's the same thing. You see it in business. Business will pivot. There's businesses that couldn't adapt to the change of COVID. They couldn't adapt at all, and they died out. And then some could. All of a sudden now, you have a business that was selling fish and chips. Now they're selling masks and hand sanitizer. They were able to adjust and pivot. I told in one of the videos a story of me driving past in the scorching heat sun. Is scorching heat? In the heat? Scorching? And I'm driving past. It is like 1,000 degrees outside. And this guy is selling umbila, but low siwe. He's busy buying, I don't know what it's called, mbila, maize. And I'm like, who the fuck is going to buy that thing in this heat? Maybe you might have 5-10 customers. If that guy could have pivoted and changed and ensured what he sold ice lollies at that time, he would have made a killing. He would have made an absolute killing. But adjusting and adapting. Guys, I'm 36. My body's not the same. It's not the same. I have to adjust. The way I go to gym, I have to stretch a little bit longer. I have to adjust. I have to adapt. It's not the same. I've got 4 kids now. So pensing in the dating world, I don't offer the same. Now I come with things 4. Yo. So I have to adjust my package that I'm bringing to the world. I have to. I can't sit still and hope things like that were yesterday will be like this today. There's a book. It's a book by the name of Who Moved My Cheese. It's written by Dr. Spencer Johnson. Who Moved My Cheese? It's a very, very short book. So I'm pretty sure I hate reading. I have the actual copy. I hate reading, but I listen to audiobooks. I think the audiobook is like an hour long and it's free on YouTube. So get the audiobook. Don't even listen to it at normal speed. Like make it 1.25 speed and then listen to it. You'll be fine. Who Moved My Cheese? Dr. Spencer Johnson. Yeah. And essentially, just to give you guys a bit of a backstory about the book, it's about these 4 characters, so 2 mice and 2 little miniature people. And the 2 mice names are Sniff and Scurry. And then you've got the 2 miniature people who are Him and Ha. Something like that. Guys, please don't hold me to it. I'm just trying to give you the structure, the principle, the takeout of the actual book. And every day, these 4 beings, they go into this maze looking for cheese. And they go through the maze, and on day 1, they look at room A, they can't find any maze, they go back home. Day 2, they run around, they go into room B, they can't find anything. And then all of a sudden, next day, they're running through this maze, through this challenging maze. And then finally, they get through to room C, and there's cheese. And there's 2 huge piles of cheese. So the mice, which is Sniff and Scurry, they go to the first pile, and then the other one, Him and Hawk, go to that one. Okay, cool. And nothing wrong with going through life and finding a maze and getting there and then finding your cheese, whatever your cheese may speak to you. But it's then, as the story carried on, these 2 characters, Him and Hawk, they just bloom and they chill and they just chow the cheese. They take off their shoes, they relax, they're living La Vida Loca, they're just enjoying this cheese. Sniff and scurry, as much as they enjoying their cheese, they monitoring their cheese. Is this cheese getting less? Is this cheese getting moldy? Is this cheese getting stale? Is there other cheese in this maze? So eventually both these people's cheese, their piles start diminishing rapidly. Sniff and scurry, the two mice, start looking for other cheese. Checking room D, nothing, going back home. Checking E, going back home. Going F, going. Eventually, both the cheeses in room C disappear and vanish. Brr. The two characters, him and Ho, they start complaining. They start bitching. What the fuck? Who moved my cheese? They didn't realize what they chowed it until it finished. They didn't realize what it was them. However, where's this cheese? Why aren't people replenishing? The same way we gotcha and the cheese magically existed because it was some sort of reward for going through this maze. We want more cheese. Someone needs to replace this cheese. Where is the cheese? The mice, which is Sniff and Scurry, they kept on going to different rooms looking for cheese, running around over and over and over, failing, trying again, failing, trying again, failing, trying again. They were using just the simple principle of let me try again tomorrow. Let me try again tomorrow. These two are busy saying, no, we are human. We deserve cheese. We are entitled to this cheese. This cheese will come. We will sit here until the cheese comes back. Eventually, the two mice go and they find themselves in room N, and there are mountains of cheese, all types of cheese, cheddar, gouda, mozzarella, butterbella, cutabella, type of cheese. There's all these types of cheese, and the mice just go crazy and they enjoy their cheese. Time and time goes past. Him and Ho get smaller and smaller, skinnier and skinnier. Eventually, Ho starts going, nah, fam, I can't chill like this. Let me look around. Let me go see. Bruh, let's go. Let's go find cheese. And him is like, nah, dog. Fuck that. I worked to get to this point. I got my cheese and someone has moved it. Someone has removed this cheese. Why are they not replenishing it? Ho says, I top to let me vie. And he starts that painstaking job of trying to find cheese and getting disappointed, and it go into room D, find nothing, go to E, find nothing, go back home, go to F, find nothing, go to... Eventually, every now and again, he'd go to a little room, he'd get like remnants or little crumbs of cheese. And he'd try and eat just a little bit just to motivate him to go, and then go into another room, find a little bit of cheese just for that day, again, constantly going back to him and saying, bro, let's keep looking for this cheese, and him saying, fuck that. This is not what I deserve. I deserve more. I know my standards. I know who I am. Okay. Ho kept on going and going, and eventually, like the mice, gets to room N. Boom, mountains and mountains of cheese. Gets excited. So happy with himself. But because of his kind heart, he decides to go all the way back to his boy, or him, and says, hey, bruh, I found this room. There's so much cheese. Let's go. What does him say? Him says, fuck that. I want my cheese. I want my cheese. My cheese look like this and like this. I don't want to try new Gouda cheese. I don't want to try new mozzarella cheese. I want my cheese, the way my cheese was set up. What was entitled to me. What was mine. Again, you can read the book. It keeps going over and over. But ideally, the principle of the entire book is speaking about how we are blessed with certain things in life. We get them, we receive them, and then we hold on. And we forget the only constant is change. We sit on this. This is ours. Things are moving, fam. Things are moving. Okay, sharp. It's great. You got this magic Nokia. Great. You got your Nokia. You loved your Nokia. Things are moving. Things are moving. Sekhona ama-Blackberry, sekhona ama-Samsung, sekhona ama-iPhone. Unosabambelela kule Nokia yakho 3310. Awu uNkulunkulu nathi ngiyabonga. Things are changing around you and you're not willing to pivot. You're not willing to pivot. You're not willing to just use simple logic of, let me get up and get it. The two mice weren't these complex beings. They weren't these complex beings. It's like trying to lose weight. It's not complex. Oh, let me go and count my macros and my macros and my micros, and let me try and train at this time, alleviating this time when the shadow on the gym falls on this angle. I need to... No. Full stop. Keep it simple, and then you can iterate as you go. You can constantly progress and update and adjust as you go along. do. We get stuck. I know so many guys who they went through this maze. Let's call it high school. Was there a maze or school? Get to matric, get a really good degree, right? I mean, a good matric results. Let's say they get a bachelor's degrees pass. Phenomenal. That's their cheese. That's their room C. But then they stuck there. They go back home, hey, mama bega, ngithole diploma, what bachelor's pass. They slaughter a chicken for you. It's happy. And then you sit and you wait. And you sit and you wait for the bursaries to throw themselves at you. You sit and you wait for the scholarships to throw themselves. You sit and you wait for all these amazing job offers. You're sitting like him. And you realize very quickly that nothing's coming. You turn 19, nothing. 20, nothing. 21, no one is calling you to say, hey, bruh, we've got this great offering. Nothing. 22. Some are lucky by the time they get to 25, 26, they become like, oh, where they say, you know what? I can't just be chilling in my mom's rooms. Let me actually go, to the Spanish Pick and Pay. Let me actually go hustle here. Let me get there. Some people are blessed in the sense of, matric, but at the same time, let me apply to NSFAS. At the same time, let me apply for this bursary. At the same time, let me do this. And they just keep going like sniff and scurry. They just fucking just, hey, what's up? And that's their mindset. And they get to varsity and they keep going, and they get their degree and then they get their honors. And then from there, while they're doing their honors, they're applying for internships. They're applying for internships here and internships there. They get their internship. While they're starting internship, excelling or Feb, now they're applying for full-time jobs for 2026. They don't stop. They're sniffing around. They're scurrying around. They get into this new place. How can I work? How can I help? What can I do for you? They know their line managers. They know the bosses. They're constantly trying to find ways to change and improve and to adapt and then to flourish. I know guys who have gotten their cheese in room C and they get that car that they wanted. Polo lam. Now you're sitting in this space and you don't maintain your polo. You don't realize what your polo needs to go for a service. You don't realize what this and this. You're not thinking about the next. All of a sudden your car falls flat. You're not at that next step. You haven't changed. Now you're like him. You're saying, fucked up. Now you want to blame other people, not be accountable because you weren't willing to change. You are stuck. You've gone through your challenges of school or your one challenge, your maze of trying to save up for that first car. But now you think it ends here. It hasn't ended there. I know so many guys who have worked so hard to try and get the girl. So hard to try. Okay, now he's got the girl. He's got his cheese. Now he's in a relationship with her after months and months of trying to mac on her. Now what, bro? Now he sits. Now he's relaxed. No, she's going to change. Her expectations will change. The way that you were wooing me while usang shela, now that we are in a relationship, I expect different. Now we're 3 months in the relationship. Now I need this happen differently. You speak to me differently. We move. Now it's 6 months. Okay, so how are we planning? Are we going to move in together? That's how it happens. She will change. You will change. You will change. No, but in my past relationship, I used to just, this is not your past relationship. This is this relationship now. You have to adjust. You have to change. You have to constantly adapt to things that move. Because if you're sitting still, you might as well mismanage whatever you have. If you just leave your car, think about it. If we take a car, any car, brand new car, and we put it in a garage, and we just leave it there. Month turns into 6, turns into a year, turns into 5 years. What will happen the day we try and start it? The battery will be fucked. The petrol will be, the oil. The car won't start. It won't start because while you think it's just chilling, no, there's a lot of change happening internally. And you will essentially mismanage it. And whatever you mismanage, you lose. Whatever you mismanage, you lose. So if you think this lady is not going to change in your relationship as she grows, hey boy, be ready to lose her. I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago. As a father of Ntumbeza, I'm 36 with the newborn. The first time I had a newborn was 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago. That's the first time. What was it? So I'm not the same guy in in 10 years. I've grown. I've changed. I've picked up bad habits. I've picked up, I hope, good habits. I've adapted as best as I can. So I need to be cognizant of that. Change will happen. Let's stop getting stuck. I know people that have gotten retrenched And then from there started businesses and become millionaires. And I know people that also have been retrenched and have gone back home and, oh my God, I'm so sad, the world hates me. I know those people. I know people who broke an arm, or he broke a leg, he was looking great, and he's never been able to adapt. You look at him now, he's crazily overweight. He'll be like, yeah, I had to do playing rugby, got a knee surgery, And then from there, you decided to gain 50 kgs and become fat. You didn't adjust. And I know people that got injured and they kept adjusting and they kept adapting. And they're like, okay, can't train my legs clearly because but I can train my upper body. Let's do some abs. Once a bit of rehab, okay, can I go to physical? Can you swim? Yes, I can swim a little bit. Strength. All of a sudden, within a year, 2 years, they have a better body than before the injury because they're able to adapt to change. They didn't sit. They just kept on sniffing around, scurrying around, trying to find the new cheese. And again, guys, there's also the negative of it. Like, look, you can't always be living in the future. I get that. You can't always be not present not in the moment or present. I get that. I do. And there is always times for you to, okay, let me count my blessings. Let me say my affirmations. Lord, I'm grateful for having this cheese. Thank you so much. And appreciate the cheese. And live in that moment. But at the same time, because we're human, you need to take stock of your present and you need to plan for your future. That's what needs to happen. So as blessed as you may be, having gotten that polo, maybe not lose yourself at the same time and think about getting that Maserati. I'm in my present. But at the same time, there are things that are constantly changing. And I need to be one step ahead of it. So as much as I'm very grateful, as much as I'm blessed to be in this moment and living in this moment, I also need to understand that there's so much happening around me. I'm not saying just go balls to the wall, boo, and go, no. Sit, plan, get a structured life. Understanding that change is the only constant. Anyway, guys, just please let me know what you guys think about change. Let me know about being able to adapt. Charles Darwin says it's not the strongest animal, it's not the fastest, it's not even the smartest animal. Think of those rats. The humans, the miniature humans, him and her, they thought they were way smarter. Okay, sharp. Sometimes it's not even about the smartest. It's not about, can you adapt to change? Whatever is thrown your way, can you adapt to it? Or do you just bitch and moan and just feel entitled? No, Vele, this is entitled to me. Vele, this is how women must treat us men. Vele, woman that is not submissive. Woman that's not submissive. Who gave you Mr. King Dingaling, made you prince of the world? No. Adjust. It's 2025, chief. We're not living in 1950. Adjust. So you have to be able to pivot, guys, constantly. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please share this video if you think that it's going to start sparking some conversations and we can go and teach each other. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Hit that like and notification bell. And guys, I'm out.